Okay, no more rainbows, so we'll come back down to size here. This is another journal from November 27th, yesterday. This is the first journal of that day, and the Mayan day was 3 Serpent, and it's called Mind Fears Losing Control, or Slap You, My Face Hurts. Change has been taking place yet again. In the wake of any deep emotion, this seems to be discovered. Perhaps in the wake of any deeply accepted emotion, acceptance of the emotion or state is required. That's what opens the door to higher self and to ongoing change, the flow of that. Otherwise, with resistance, it's just stagnant. Now, we're not used to accepting responsibility for change in our world, not used to thinking or realizing that we have that power, the power to say yay or nay to it. We think it just happens or it doesn't. If you'll start noticing, though, you may find it's when you let go and let be there within yourself, whatever comes, it's then that change seems to appear. Now, some will use this backwards, in reverse, trying to get a hold on, get control of life that seems too out of control. Good luck with that. And that's just fear. And it's not even you. That's the mind that's in fear of the loss of control. Maybe it got a peek into how little control it really has over anything, and it's frightened. It's used to being quite convinced that it's in charge of things, the master of its fate, its destiny, even if it's only minor things like the flow of your life there. Still, mind thinks it's in control. Now, that's what and how we've been taught to let the mind run things the left brain way, to place trust in that. And as we look around, it's pretty clear how successful that way of being has been. Time to let it drop, wouldn't you agree? So, what's next? Well, that depends on you. On you. On what you take to be you, that is. It's time we looked to all beliefs, our own and those of society. Just a quiet time of looking would be good. Inner self provides all the tutoring we need, but a certain amount of stillness or quiet is required before we see that, begin to successfully tune into it. The mind is too noisy by far, and that's how we've managed to get so far afield of it, of our center, of the heart way of living and of being. We've been wrapped with attention listening to mind. Our mind or others has been speaking, chattering away, keeping us, in effect, hypnotized and out of control. As a state, as a nation, as a world, we're quite out of control. Control of higher self, that is. Not that higher self controls exactly, but you know what I mean. We've gone off the deep end and we've been blind as bats at not seeing the mess that we're making as we make it. We just keep going on and on, nose to the grindstone, making it worse. It's really quite insane. But we haven't really been able to see that either, except for the few of us, the ones who speak up now and then, calling out to the rest. We usually arrest them, lock them up somewhere, maybe the loony bin, throw away the key, or we murder or crucify them if they won't shut up. That's how much we don't want to hear, to listen, to wake up. Well, that was then. This is now. On the one hand, waking up is the easiest thing you will ever do. You just suddenly recognize, hey, I'm awake. When did that happen? It's that seamless, or it can be. On the other hand, viewed from the perspective of mind, waking up is the hardest damn thing you'll ever do. It's Mount Everest times 10. It's the Olympics at the very least. It's really challenging. And that's how mind views things. Well, don't trust the mind. Mantra for mind time when things start appearing this way to you. Insurmountable. This is utter nonsense. But not until you see through it. It isn't for you. Until then, you lend it ongoing reality. By your resistance, you maintain the very thing you're trying to conquer. Yeah, I know, what a mess. We all do it. Well, you can let go of that any time, you know. Or did you know? Best to remember to remind the self, you're not the mind. Mind's not all it's cracked up to be either. Oh, it's great. Wouldn't want to have to get along down here in 3D without one. Wouldn't want, but it's not everything. Heck, it's not even the main thing. We just thought it was. Whisper that, though. Wouldn't want mind to hear it. Might give it a breakdown, poor arrogant thing. Be gentle with mind, especially your own. Mind has all these castles and cities and inventions it's built, which it's calling reality. It just doesn't know how to let such things go. It wants to know what to replace them with. They give it a sense of power and might, such control. Mind's very impressed with itself. And look at the world, at the mess of things. Excuse me. And look at the world, at the mess of things as it might, mind just can't figure out how to fix things. No matter, it tries. In the squirrel cage wheel, it goes round and round, churning out new ideas, new attempts, new whatevers. Well, there's a powerful option that at first looks so small, so like nothing. Just turn away. That's right, just look the other way, away from whatever mind is occupied with. Just let mind do its thing. You don't have to participate. Leave mind alone. Though it sounds somewhat crazy at first, you'll be surprised if you try this. I won't lay it all out for you. That's for you to discover. Just know that the ray of your attention is quite powerful. It props things up that you look at. Just be aware of that. Perhaps you won't focus on your problems so much. You're just feeding them with your sacred energy when you do that. Time to wake up to such things. The rules of the game, heck, even the game board itself, these are changing. Time is doing a disappearing act all on its own, and that's whether we like it or not. Time is going away. The effects of things are becoming clearer much more quickly now. Cause and effect are getting closer and closer, morphing right before our eyes into the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. Slap you, my face hurts, will be the way of it before long. Are you noticing that? It's there to be seen. For some of us, we'll either wake up or go crazy. Things just don't make sense anymore. Not in the old ways of conceiving them, they don't. The old ways are quite falling apart, so for those who rely on them, well, this isn't a good time. That's how it seems anyway. A terrible time. It's the breakdown of the old, making way for the new and the brighter light. But if we don't see that, Well, it might as well not even exist. For us, it's just the miseries. That's all we can see. Now, that's what we've chosen to see, but no one could convince us of this, not when we're in the midst of it. At that time, oh no, the whole world's against us. The sky is falling. Our whole world is crumbling, and it's just got to be someone else's fault. It doesn't enter our heads that it could be ours. We spend our time searching out whose fault it is so we can vent our energy on that one. Or we just spray the cussing around equally. That works as well. Well, we've all been there and done that at one time or another. If not in this lifetime, then in some other one. We can identify. We just don't choose to. Another way has found us. We didn't find it. We just opened up or entered heart, and another way simply happened. We no longer suffer like that. Have you noticed your suffering quotient going down of late? I surely have noticed mine vanishing away. It's rather amazing. What can you say? It's nothing we're doing, though. More like something that's doing us. Everything changes, turns upside down, inside out, backwards. Yet, it makes more sense than it ever did when supposedly right side up. It's all very strange. That's all we can say of it for a while. Very strange. Well, stick close to heart. Find your way to heart. Just camp out